And risings, you guys. How's it going this beautiful morning? This is Mystical Ariel here to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and of course, you know, make us all think. Looks like we're picking up the energy fields. Look at that. Woo! There you go. Anyway, welcome to that. We are going some exciting things today. This is Mystical Ariel, of course, here to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and make us all think and do all those things that gets us going deep within. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And for those of you who are new, I am Ariel Hooper. I am the author of the Awaken series. I am one who was known to paid and went into hospice, died, paid for their own funeral, and returned to life, not once, but more than once. So I have gotten to experience seeing the unknown, experience the existence of what our world was, and it took me a while to even get to the place to even speak of these things. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna put on my necklaces this morning. I was feeling a little bare there, you know. You get used to like ha- having things a certain way, and you don't feel them there, and then you're like, I feel naked. What's up? So just got to put on my stuff, and we're good to go. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you are joining us this morning, if you are watching this and it's the afternoon, good afternoon. And if it is the evening, and good evening, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're watching this, and welcome and thank you. And if you're live, then hey, awesome. Thanks for joining us live this morning. But make sure you hit that arrow and share this to a friend, and let's get it out there. So, all you beautiful souls, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in live right now. Welcome to the sacred space. We're co creating together here. And it's been a beautiful journey with you all. So, how's it going, huh? Thanks for the hearts. So, if you're here watching this unfold on your screen right now, and you know this, it's no accident. You set this up right now, this whole time. That subtle pull in your chest, that restless itch just under the skin, whispering that there's so much more to this existence than the daily grind that I see before my eyes. That's your soul. It's been calling you home. It's been saying, hey, there's more. There's so much more. And today, we're not just talking theory anymore or mindset shifts. Oh, no. No, no, no. You know what we're doing? We're going to dive in head first. We're going to go in the rabbit hole. Just dive right on, you know, into the shaking of the matrix. We're going to shake the system, like enough to get the little electrical lines showing up and behind us here. But we're going to peel back the sticky layers of illusion that have kept us all small and separate and asleep at the wheel, sort of speak. And when we emerge on the other side, well, you'll reclaim your true power, the kind that doesn't beg for permission. It doesn't wait for a vote, a prescription, or someone to tell them it's time. This is activation, pure and electric. See, we'll journey through the illusion together. We've been handed since day one. We're going to travel through that. We're going to blend in an ancient wisdom from the Awaken Trilogy, from my book series, those raw channeled transmissions in the ancient ones, the lion escapes the matrix, and in the return to Eden, the cutting edge science, timeless philosophy, deep psychology, and the fire of spirituality laced with agnostic truth, science to ground us in the quantum hum of reality. So it's not just some voodoo teaching of this is my experience. No, it's beyond that. This is our experience. See, science, philosophy is to question the shadows. Psychology is to heal the inner wounds. And spirituality and agnosticism is to ignite the divine spark that's been dimmed but never extinguished. Thank you for the hearts. Much love to you. So by the end, I want to hope, promise that you're going to feel it. That seismic shift from living as fear-bound cattle in a constructed pen to roaring sovereign gods, lions, remembering we're eternal energy, having a wild temporary ride in form. And before we plunge in, let's anchor this energy. Grab a notebook if you can, a pen, and let's jot down what hits you, what stirs you. If you're driving or walking, just breathe it in. Close your eyes for a moment with me. Inhale deeply. And exhale. I am that I am. You feel the cool air filling your belly, your chest, your crown. Hold it for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale the destiny. Releasing any tension, any doubt, any old story that says you can't handle this truth. Inhale light. Inhale. Exhale destiny. One more time. Hold it. Feel that? That's your energy. That's your energy field, and it's expanding. It's already cracking the code. It's so beautiful. Open your eyes with me. See, we're in this together now. Drop a heart in the emoji. Drop a heart emoji if you agree. We're in this together. And if you're feeling it. Or share one word, awake, or ready. And let's see those lights popping up. Hit those hearts. See, we're not here to rage against the machine out there. Though, yeah, it deserves a good shaking. Don't get me wrong. But we're here to rewrite the code from within, because that's the real prison. It's within. It's not what's out there. It's not what's going on in the external around us. That's all happening because of what's within. And you must go within to find the freedom without. It's one we build with our beliefs. And let's start by naming the beast. Picture this. The moment you've pushed into this world, or pulled, depending on the story, they slap a number on you. Birth certificate, social security digits, time snap, etched in ink like you're a product rolling off an assembly line. Boom. You're signed in and given a name. You're signed into a business you never consented to. You're part of a corporate circle that you maybe didn't create, but now you're going to. A contract with the matrix, binding you to a linear timeline. Born small and helpless, schooled to obey, work to survive, retire to fade, die to dissolve. It's a cage disguised as a roadmap teaching you that you're fragile. You're fragile meat in a meat grinder racing against an invisible clock. But what if I told you that's the grandiest lie of all? The first thickest layer of the illusion designed to make you forget your infinity. Did I have another channel called Mom 420? Yes, I did. No, you're not wrong. It is what this channel used to be. And yes, I used to educate on plant medicine and used to be part of a research and development. I was one of the ones who is the literally you can I was all the studies for the 1-to-1 ratio CBD THC. Yeah, I'm that subject. I did those studies with Dr. Carol McCown, and she even tells doctors like at UC Davies, I had doctors shake my hand and said, "Nah, we heard that was your study." So yes, I was Mom 420. I guess I always will be. But yeah, doing mystical aerial here because after writing the books and stuff, I wanted to be able to get everybody. And YouTube is a pain in the butt. So taking plant medicine on here and doing that just doesn't get the message out. So there you go. Yes, it is me. How's it going? But anyways, so we know this is the thickest layers of illusion, and they've been designed to make us forget that infinity that we are. And this hits right at the heart of the ancient ones, that first book in the trilogy where we unearth the original blueprint, the encoded design of who we are before the fall into forgetfulness. And that's in my first book, talk about that, which is how I got into this journey in the first place. Being thrown into hospice does a good shaking at me. Much love. Great to see you too, man. Token Pirate, how's it going, man? It's been a while. So it's the story of emerging from, you know, primordial darkness into sacred light, layer by layer, just like the we're doing right now. And it's your journey. It's encoded there too. I mean, from the program cage of societal norms to the remembrance of your cosmic origins. So if you haven't gotten a copy of my books, make sure you go on to Amazon and type in Awaken series and author Ariel Hooper. It'll come up. Get yourself some copies. So let's get back to the grind here. Let's peel back some science. Let's get to science first because facts are the chisel that cracks stone. Quantum physics isn't some fringe woo hoo. It's the blueprint of the universe. So it's a blueprint of our universe laughing at our timelines. It's really what it is. It's Einstein's E equals MC squared. That's not just a formula, it's a revelation. Everything you see, touch, fear, it's all energy. Vibrations at different frequencies. And the first law of thermodynamics is seals. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Yet we're taught we're born and die, and then taught we're energy. The science didn't equate there. Something didn't add up. Just like history, we got mythology beforehand, and it's called mythology, yet, nah, man, that's history. See, your birth isn't created, it's a phase shift, like ice melting into water, then streaming into the sky. Death is just another morph, not an end. It's a transition. Quantum entanglement takes it further. Two particles born separate, light years apart, yet change one and the other dances in sync instantly. No time, no distance, just pure connection. Bell's theorem experiment in the 60s proved that this is non-locality. We're not isolated dots on a line. We're threads in an infinite web, influencing each other across what we call time. So that number they gave you at birth, it's an illusion, it's fiction, a barcode on eternal energy. I mean, let's look at philosophy, because the mind loves a good riddle, right? Plato nailed it in the allegory of the cave. Imagine souls chained in a dim cavern from birth and watching shadows flicker on the wall from a fire behind them, but those shadows, puppeteered by unseen hands, became their reality, became real. And then one prisoner escaped into the sunlight, and at first It's blinding and agony. But then vision clears and they see the forms, the stars, the true source. The matrix is that cave, friends. You see, our external validation, the job title, the vote for change, the white coat's diagnosis, they're flickering illusions we mistaken for truth. See, philosopher Jean Baudrillard, he called our modern spin the hyper reality. Simulation is so vivid that so addictive that we cling to them over the raw light of our inner knowing. And trust me, that was what I experienced, clinging to this. See, you're the escaped one, turning back with a lantern. The philosopher king doesn't just see, they return to shattered chains. That's what we do. We know we're not losing anything when friends walk and family walk, because we're here for a reason. See, we return to shattered chains. Our power moves things. So you need to question everything, question every shadow. What's one reality you're outgrown just now? Tell me. What's something that you've been waking up to in your reality that you know is just false? See, psychology layers into human glue and why we stay chained. Carl Jung, that wizard of the psyche, spoke of the persona, the social mask we craft to fit the system box. From cradle to grave, we're conditioned. Sit still, memorize dates, produce, output, or be labeled deficient, don't fit. Your ADHD, anxious disorders. It's repression in disguise, birthing the shadow. Those unknown parts that fester into anxiety, addiction, self sabotage. But here's the goal: awakening is a shadow of integration. Face the beaten down cattle version of you and that thought, that timeline, that lie, and it alchemizes into your inner lion. In The Lion Escapes the Matrix, in my book, this is the hospice battle reborn, staring down at death's shadow, the otherworldly forces clawing to keep you small, only to roar free with integrity and integrated fire. I want you to think of one failure label from your school days or system script, say ADHD, and we want to flip it to hyper-focused genius, anxious, empathetic, em- empathic antenna, and you can read more than you can ever imagine. Feel that energy and reclaim it. That's psychology meeting power. Now spirituality and agnostics fire to ignite it all. Let's bring it in. Let's add in the rest. Let's bring in the ancient texts. The Nag Hammadi scrolls unearthed in 45 like cosmic wink. Hold the keys for a moment and listen to this. Because this is what it says in the Gospel of Thomas. Jesus doesn't say, follow my timeline. He drops the kingdom is inside you and outside you. And when you know yourself, then you will be known and you will understand that you are children of living Father. And Gnosticism calls the matrix the demerged trap, a false god, the archeon's prison of matter, snaring divine sparks. Well, that's us. In cycles of forgetfulness. Baptism isn't drunken in water, it's gnosis, direct knowing, dissolving the illusion. We're not mortals on a deadline. We're gods in the drag, having a human experience to remember our vastness. In my book, Return to Eden, I have not a lost paradise out there, but an inner reclamation where the encoded souls dance back to unity. No fingers to point outwards. The architect of this cage, it's the collective us. Dreaming density to taste freedom's edge. Take a breath with me. See, that's an eternity breathing through you. That's the breath of all existence breathing through you. Feel that air lightning? We got more veils to lift. Are you ready? All right, souls, ready? Let's lean in a bit. See, we've named these timelines lies. But here's the next chain. The myth of externality. Everything outside, if that's external world, out there, germs lurking in the shadows, bosses holding your worth, schools dictating your smarts, even that dream house you grind for, it's sold as a source of your power. Sickness, by the way, you catch it from the outside, fix it with a pill inside a box. Disease, inevitable decay of your meat suit, but zoom out, be the observer, and realize we're energy, whole, vibrating symphonies, not fractured machines begging for external band-aids. Words of eternal wisdom. Thank you, man. How you doing today? See, the system loves this. It boxes you in. It fits the mold or gets labeled non-compliant, chronic hopeless. Schools turn compliant cogs. If your color outside lines, you're medicated into submission. And that house. Let's talk about our houses. Gilded prison cells. Your mortgage, your life, for a while the watchers, the elite puppeteers, stream our struggles as prime time entertainment. Lost sheep herded for loosh, forgetting we're the shepherds. And we're laughed at. Look at those gods. They forget what they are. See, in The Lion Escapes the Matrix in raw form, you know, my after my NDE battling, you know, interdimensional forces that feed on fear, revealing the matrix as a fear-fueled construct. That's what I walked through. See, I recognize that escape isn't punching out, which is why I didn't access that paid for funeral. I would love to have the money back on it, though. Can I return this? It's obviously unused, but it's embodying love's frequency is what glitches the whole grid. Now, how much love is that to say, I know they're going to rise up against me. I know that even my kids won't recognize me, and even they will rise up against. I know that I will be going into a body that already expired. And it would mean that I would have to battle the most ultimate to show. For instance, supposed to be paralyzed from the neck down. And that ain't no joke. I'll show you my MRIs and you will see it and you will go, what the fuck? Do you understand? Paralyzed from the neck down, you're just ahead. Look at my neck, you can see the injuries. When a massage person, if they ever touch me, they almost go, what? They can feel it. They're afraid to even give me a massage. So I came to show. I came to speak. But it's all an illusion, so whatever walks doesn't exist anyway. And no matter what thrown at you, because love is fierce and love moves mountains. See, science backs the wholeness first. Because your cells know the truth and your mind's been gaslit against it. Bruce Lipton biology of belief isn't theory. It's lab proven. Your thoughts and beliefs flip epigenetics switches, turning sickness genes on or off. Oh, I am that I am on. Sickness, ailments, anxiety, depression, anything this world has in form of this program off. Know your power. Thanks, bro. Hear your roar, sister. Thanks. See, chronic stress, that fear by vibration from external chasing, epigenetically programs disease. Do you understand that? Shrinking your telomeres, inflaming your system. But flip to love, coherence, genes light up for repair. Vitality surges. I've had more tumors in this head than you can imagine, and one was told it was inoperable by literally even billionaire doctors all over the place. It's gone, not by anything they did. Inoperable my ass. Tumors, ailments of this world off. Full health restoration, full body I am that I am on. See, in the Heart Math Institute maps your heart electromagnetic fields 500 times stronger than your brains, pulsing out meters wide, syncing with others in resonance. One heart in love heals a room. Oh, I've seen it. I've watched it. I can get up on a stage anywhere, sing a song, and sing it with that fullness of energy, and it hits them in the room, and I watch it. I watch it go tears, smiles, cheers. It's not about me in that moment. The thing that's crazy is it's their energy that heightened. They just said yes. One heart in love heals rooms. Quantum biology via Herbert Froelich. I can't say that name. Froelich. I don't know, but his name's Herbert. Anyways, in this coherence, it shows cells aren't isolated. They vibrate in harmonious waves when we treat the body as sacred whole, not symptoms checklists. Sickness as a story, yes, rewrite the damn thing, okay? Rewrite it. Tell it to fuck off. And the energy transforms. every felt ever felt a miracle? You know, people go to churches all the time. I had this thing and it was healed. You want to know why you were healed? It wasn't because of the person on the with their hands laying on you. It's because you believed. Your energy said yes, and you said healing on. And you didn't even comprehend that that's what your body was doing, because the moment it decided to go there and that that's what it was going to do and it was going to find its healing, that is what the body did, because you told it to, you programmed it to. You are there. There is no external thing to go worship. That was created by the demerge to get your distraction, to have you look out instead of in. Even the guy they put in as a false image of that stated the words himself, and they laugh at it that you ignore it. The heresy is what the church is teaching today. That's the heresy. Make you weak and feel like you have to act and be. And once they tap you on the head, then you feel good because it's touched that energy. Really? Instead of just handing you the keys the entire time and said, brother, sister, just go home and go inside and don't be afraid to face those shadows. On the 11/11/26 to 11 a.m. Australian are going offline. No banks, cash, farmers. November 7th, 10 p.m. Pacific time, worldwide. November 7th, 10 p.m. Pacific time, we stop everything. No phones, no work, no nothing. We sit and we silent for 1 hour. And all it takes is 1%. Actually, it takes less than 1%. And the entire system crumbles. So then the question is, what are you afraid of? Because it doesn't even have to be a day. That's just 1 hour. 1 fucking hour. There's lots to be said about they cut down the world's biggest trees ground and heal us all. Yeah. Let's get to the real juice of this all. So, philosophy sharpens the blade. And Stoics, like Epictetus, cut through. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of themselves. See, that external threat diagnosis, layoffs, viruses, isn't the chain. See, your judgment it's all narrative. A game where you hold the narrative, a game where you hold the script. So jump to the existentialism of Jean-Paul Sartre's, and she says bad faith nails the trap. Pretending you're a passive victim in life's absurd game, outsourcing powers to doctors, polls, bosses, but authenticity. Radically responsibility. You're the author. Be the author. Choose wholeness over external script, and the prison crumbles. Nietzsche echoes in the trilogy, roars. Don't just enter the matrix. Don't just endure it. Don't just enter it. Affirm it as your forge, emerging stronger, loving, fiercely aimed at chaos. Nice. We'll be there with you on November 7th. That's today in Australia. Thanks. See, psychology unpacks the wounds keeping us hooked. Bessel van der Kolk's The Body Keeps the Score reveals trauma. Trust me, I know that. I jumped into this body with all knowing, but the cell memory, that was a battle and a half to go through. The body keeps score. It reveals trauma, systemic, generational, the cattle conditioning. It doesn't just scar the mind, it imprints the body, tuning stress into somatic stories of disease. Polyvagal theory. From Stefan Porges' map, fear locks us in dorsal vagal freeze. But safety, true ventral vagal state via connection, breath, love. It shifts us to flow. Creative, social, healed. We're not broken vessels needing external fixes. We're whole beings disconnected from our energy's truth. And in the trilogy, my book, the one with the lion escapes the matrix, this is the shadow work amplified. The sixth story and its birth resilience. Place your hand on your heart with me and whisper this. I am whole energy. I'm not my story. Say it again. I am whole energy. I am not my story. You feel that nervous system, right? Feel that nervous system take a deep sigh. That's the shift. The Apocryphon of John in the Gnostics canon paints archeons, those matrix enforcers harvesting our fear energy loosh to sustain the illusion, the prison. Reincarnation loops, fears, treadmill, keeping sparks dim. But see, Sophia, the divine wisdom, whispers the hack. Remember. Remember your true nature. Remember your original design. Pure divine energy clothed in form. Sickness calls us inward to gnosis, knowing we're indestructible light. Return to Eden channels this in my book. I view disease as a chemical invitation. Love is a solvent transmuting plan. And going to take the pain, the power. See, the whole is what I focus on. I am that I am. And reminding the cells of their original designs. I imagine an energy field, golden, dissolving any dark spots. And what dissolves, it dissolves. See, love is the ultimate hack. Love is the roar that shatters it all. See, we've peeled timelines, chains, external myths, but the deepest cut, we lock our own selves. Did you know that? That house we slave for. Prison. Votes for freedom. It's nothing more than a theater. We point fingers at them, the system, the elite, while forgetting no enemies, only mirrors. The being we are, if fully remembered, holds the key. Why do we hold the key? Because we're the architects who architected the game. We decided to play small, to taste the return of vastness, awakening, seeing through every layer, owning the dream, and choosing love over fear. Love, that high vibe, that force defeats fear, makes it tremble and flee. It's the energy for moving mountains. It said if you had faith like a mustard seed, you could move a mountain. Well, that faith is a mustard seed, is love. Because when we refuse immunity and returning only for love, what power does fear hold? See, you're the spotlight. You're the designer, the god in the game. And the ancient ones awaken the cold, the lion roars, escape, return, and in the return to Eden lives love. See, this is where love makes the illusion shatter. And we return to the beacons we are. Science lights the path, neuroscience via neurons. Fire when we love unconditionally, rewiring brains, unity, dissolving us versus them. Even the Heart Math Again Institute shows us that love coherence not only heals you, it uplifts the collective field, sinking hearts globally. One act of love ripples across the cosmos. You're the fucking frequency hacker. Yeah, I heard about that. Even walking through the desert and showing up in India. Like, don't walk here. Yeah? Well, let me find out. Let's go walk. Oh, look. I'm in India and I did not have to take a plane. You're the self-dreamer of this world, and you've been dreaming this world. And psychology crowns it the Maslow peak experience. Those ego death highs in love or awe reveal it. Interconnectedness, self-actualizing beyond needs. Forgiveness, psychology, unright model breaks trauma bonds, and love returns, fear's grip loosens. Collective, we're healing the shared wounds. Right? No, but seriously, that's what I'm talking about. Just walked right there, and they all of a sudden were somewhere else. There was a guy who was like, went to walk into his bathroom or the bathroom, public bathroom at a church. All of a sudden, he came out of his bathroom stall, but he came out of his bathroom stall in Hong Kong, not in America anymore. Yeah, this stuff's real. It happens. Move in love. It moves mountains. In my book, The Lion, the lion escapes the matrix. There was a hospice moment, and of course. But what I learned was love roar parts seas. What you believe in your mind, what you believe in your heart, is what creates the illusion before us. So, beloved, we've shaken it. We've been peeling back layers. And I know you felt the truth. You're not sheep. We know that. You're lions. Encoded fire. Pledge this with me. One love return, no matter. One love. We're the family of the I am that I am. I remember seeing you live when you was really sick in hospital. You're an amazing woman. Yeah, man, holy cow. Was that when I was in the hospital, or was that, I was in the hospital and then I was in hospice? Because I was in hospice on the Mum 420 show we did live on there too. That was some crazy times. This seems like a whole other lifetime ago. Yeah, I've definitely walked through some intense battles in my life and existence, which is I'm able to sit here and give you the wisdom I'm able to give you too. It's I walked through it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just, well, let's make up some story. No, I went through the freaking raw of the raw, man. Well, thanks for being a part of this community, y'all. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you do. If you haven't shared it, please make sure you do. And if you haven't gotten the Awaken Trilogy series, please go and get yourself your copies. And if you run into me, bring them with you and I'll sign them for you. All right. Much love. Make sure you guys do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize you are valuable and you matter, and you are all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. If you've come on here and you're like, oh no, I missed the live and I just really wanted to be a part of it, then go on TikTok. Yes, TikTok. Relax. Get over it. I am creator. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Anyways, I am on TikTok. And I will be teaching live there at 10 a.m. Pacific time today. And we have a hoot on there and all kinds of things. So much love to you guys. Much peace. Thank you so much for everything, for being a part of this community. Thanks for those of you that have returned from after being a part of the community of Mom 420. Welcome to the community of Mystical Ariel. It is much pleasure to still have you be a part of here, and glad that you came today and been a part of chat. Thank you. Much love to you guys. We shall see you Monday. We will see you Monday. 8 a.m.